Hey everyone, and welcome to Emplifi social media spotlight series where we talk to the real people behind your favorite brands. Today we're going to go over everything from digital trends, social strategy, content wins, and everything in between. I'm Michelle, and we have Taylor from Vessi today who is going to share a little bit behind the scenes. So let's jump right into it.
Sweet. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Okay, before we dive in, I need to ask you about how and why you let your team do this to you.
Oh my God. Honestly, it's funny. I'm wearing the same hoodie too.
No, that's so good.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I think when there's trends like that where it's so Vessi coded, it's like absolutely dump water on me. The behind the scenes of that was that my manager was so excited to be the one to throw the bucket.
Oh, I love
I've never
that.
seen him get up faster. Yeah.
That's so good. And honestly, like as a social media manager, like you're going to do what you do to get the clicks, and like that's a click.
Yeah.
And then you had a very engaging story after the water throw. So like you brought people there and then you had them stay, which is so good.
Yeah, exactly. It's good for the plot.
Yeah.
And it always ends up doing better than if we played it safe.
100%. Yes. Never play it safe as a social media manager. Okay. Now let's get into like the real stuff here. Like start from the beginning of, back when you were in university or like maybe even as a child. Like what really drew you to social?
Yeah, I think I always was like making memes of my friends in university, even in high school. And then I loved following brands that were just funny on Twitter especially. So I always had an interest in it. And then it kind of happened organically with Vessi. I was there on a 3-month contract, and 4.5 years later, I'm still here.
That's awesome.
I started in customer service, and then at the time we were doing our social media comments. And then they needed just one person to do it, and I was having a lot of fun on it, just like adding more personality and humor, I guess, to our responses. And so I got the green light to just go wild, and that's kind of how everything happened.
That's so good. And it just shows you that like when you're, exploring in university, like the things that you like to do on your own time actually can be carried through into a career that like you have brought so much personality to Vessi's like social. Like it could be something more boring, but instead you're having water thrown on you. You're convincing your boss to get a sailboat and go like on the sailboat, like things like that, right? Which is so cool. And I mean, it all carries through from your past.
Nice. Thanks.
Yeah.
Glad to hear.
Yeah, of course.
We're trying to have fun.
Yeah, good. So the nitty gritty of things, like what is your day to day as a social media manager? So like how does a typical morning start for you? Are you a reactive planner, or do you like have your schedule planned like a week or two before? And we don't have to tell your boss that part, but yeah, how do you manage everything?
Yeah, definitely more reactive now than I think in previous years. I think you have to be now. Things are just changing so quickly. So we try and plan as much as we can. We kind of anchor everything with whatever our campaigns are.
Yeah.
We have that planned out, and then we just fill in the gaps kind of with whatever's going on the internet or whatever funny ideas we have that day. A lot of the content like dumping water on me, that's typically more like last minute, like let's just do it. Let's edit it right away and post it. And that tends to do better than the stuff that we spend way too much time planning and getting into the nitty gritty.
Always. The fun things or like the things that you spontaneously think about always do so well.
Yeah.
Editing. Do you do that part too?
So if something is simple enough for me to do on CapCut,
Okay, sweet.
But our creative team's pretty busy, so I try and not bug them too much. But there's certain things where like we need better editing than what I can do on my phone. For that we share the responsibility.
Okay, that's great. You can do it all, right? But then you lean for help when you need it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your go-to like process when planning a campaign? So I know you guys have obviously planned a lot of campaigns because new shoes come out and you want to approach them in a good way. Who's involved in this planning process? Like, how do you usually plan it? Just, like questions like that.
Yeah. So for a campaign, we'll get briefed in on like what the actual campaign is. Okay. And then I'll work with the creative team while they're figuring out what the kind of visual identity of the campaign is going to be. And then once we know the theme, we start to figure out like how can we play within that theme on social in ways that feel like really social and organic. so like with the sailing content that we did recently, I was just on TikTok looking at sailing content and seeing like, are there trends? Are there like themes that we can play into, and then figuring out where Vessi fits in with that theme.
So good. So good. Okay. So it's like you are almost like do you get involved with the creative team like pretty early on during that brief, or are you like kind of like shared at the end where you now have to like kind of create something?
I'm lucky that I get pulled in at the start now, because coming up with clever ideas, like it takes time sometimes. So I like to know with as much time as possible.
100%.
It just helps when I'm like scrolling before bed too. If I see something and I know that a campaign's coming up, I can like slack it to myself. And then
that's so funny. Social media managers work all day long.
Yeah.
You're like right before bed, you're like, should I read? No. Gotta do TikTok. I love that.
It's hard to shut off.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So metrics. So once you've done the campaign and now it's posted, like what metrics actually matter to you and Vessi, like your team? You know, what KPIs actually like do you feel like when you present that to your like your CMO or whatever, they actually care about too?
I think there's two that we focus on, like reach and engagement are the biggest buckets.
Okay.
Vessi is trying to grow, so we're always trying to grow our social. And if we have high reach on something, that's a win.
Okay.
And then on the engagement side, like we're trying to build that community of super fans. Yeah. And so I think that's where engagement metrics are really helpful.
Yeah.
But my favorite, coincidentally, is reach engagement that Emplifi has, which I recently found out not all social media tools have it.
Yeah.
But that's our best indication of like, for the people that this content is reaching, are they engaging with it?
Yeah, 100%. Like that mix, like you said, 2 buckets are important. If you put those 2 together, like that's the superpower right there. So that's awesome.
Yeah. I think on that note, if you want me to add, it also depends on the posts. Like there's certain posts where we want it to reach more people. There's certain ones where it doesn't need to go viral. We're speaking just to our community. So we try and like set an intention and then measure it based on why we were posting it. So we're not getting caught up in like things that don't matter.
So that's interesting. I have a question on that. Like if you're posting to, do you have different buckets of content you're posting to? So like if you're posting to TikTok, is that sometimes only for TikTok? And then like if you're posting for like LinkedIn or something like that, like is that where the metrics and KPIs can be different for you when they matter?
It could be for sure. I think like an example is we just rebranded recently. We have a new logo, new color. It's probably behind me and it looks great. And with that, like we didn't need people to be engaging with that content. We just needed people to know that like this is our new logo, this is our color. Like we just need people to see it. So for that, we were measuring that on just like reach and like how many posts can we get out there and build up the amount of people that know that this is happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, platform specific too. I don't know if this really answers that first question, but we try and do different content on different platforms. Like Facebook is definitely product updates. Like people just want to see the shoes. I think Instagram is more now like entertaining content that normally would have just been on TikTok, but now we're doing like Reels and TikTok.
Yeah.
And then we also use TikTok as like an experiment. So we'll post on there, and if it does well there, you can kind of guess that it's going to do well on Instagram.
Yeah, I like that a lot because TikTok and Instagram kind of have the same community. Like obviously they have a little bit of the Facebook people too on Instagram, but yeah, I like that you like test with TikTok because I mean if it doesn't do well, you're just like, okay, delete, move on.
Exactly.
Let's try again. Instagram
There's
people like remember, which is weird.
Yeah.
It's like, though that's good. Okay. What's one thing people don't realize about running like social for a brand? Like even when you started, like you said that you started off as like a community specialist or whatever, like now running social, like what's something you're like, shoot, like I didn't realize that like this was a part of, selling a brand.
I think obviously like the amount of time that goes into everything, people think it's just so easy, so fast. And it's not. Things take forever. And yeah, I think like social media can be easy enough for people in their personal life, but when you're doing it for a brand, there's just different standards and different opinions. Like you're trying to take your like company goals and then like I don't know where I'm going with that.
No, that's a tagline. Like that's a tagline right there. Like what you said when you're just like people for their own personal social media, sure, it's easy. Posting for your own social media, great. You showing off your trip to Hawaii. But like we're doing different over here. Like we're trying to sell and show you a brand and bring value to that brand at the same time. Not just like, oh, you look good in like, a bikini in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Like you want to wear these shoes because they make you more comfortable in the rain. How do I prove value there? So it's way different. So I like that. That's a tagline right there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
because I feel like on your own social media, it's your personality. So the ideas that come to you, you run with it.
Yes.
Whereas when it's for a brand, you have to be thinking of like I'm not Miss Vessi.
True.
But I'm representing Miss Vessi. So like,
Miss Vessi.
Yeah, like what brand guidelines can I play within and how can I like push the limits? But also, there's just way more to keep in mind.
100%. It's like you birthed Miss Vessi and now you're like, let's get this going.
She's my child now.
She's your child. Okay. What content format is working the best for you right now? Maybe like we can talk about this year and then also like last year in 2024, like end of the year. Like, are you seeing better performance on video, on static images, evergreen content, product updates? Like what's really working for you guys right now?
Yeah, I feel like it has changed so much just since last year. Every year it's so different. We used to do a lot more reels. I mean, we still kind of are just because the kind of stuff we're doing, it works better in that format right now. But definitely carousels, like single photo posts. Why would you ever do that now?
Yeah.
Like it's just not.
It's illegal.
It's not the vibe. Yeah.
Not the vibe.
Unless like, of course, if it's like an April Fool's or something where it's like you have one photo.
Yeah, like it speaks for itself.
Yeah, but those are definitely like they just don't reach anyone anymore. In carousels, you get like extra chances to get seen.
100%. And it's crazy to think that like carousels only started like not too long ago. Like we were all posting single images.
Yeah.
Like how is our feed looking good? You know, like how are people getting the value? Because it's hard to get about like the value of something from one image. But like when you have a carousel, you can kind of tell a story, which is nice. It's almost like a reel, but no like speaking or music or whatever. But
yeah. And sometimes like swiping through, like you can cut up a video and put it in a carousel and it's going to be more engaging. So people like can go at their own time.
Yeah. Oh, I kind of like that.
So it's just figuring out like what's better in a video and what's better splitting it up.
Yeah, 100%.
But in terms of like types of content, and that's so funny. Sorry.
No, this is good. This is good.
I can see in the screenshot on the left, Nightly Scroll. That's like my fake account where I just follow brands.
No.
I wonder why that showed up.
That's so funny. Maybe it's because that's the first one that
so
people
weird.
are seeing. Nightly Scroll.
I have like no followers.
You have a fake account called Nightly Scroll. That's how dedicated you are to your job. Mrs. Vessi is coming out full force.
Yeah, I'm like so in the bushes.
Where do you get creative inspiration for your brand's social content? Like I guess Nightly Scroll and stuff like that. But like where does it come from?
Definitely a lot of TikTok scrolling. Okay. I think when you work in social media, you just have to be so on the ball of like what brands are doing well and then like study them and know like what are they doing and why is this working well and like looking through comment sections and just really having your finger on the pulse.
100%.
So definitely TikTok, just scrolling and then like following brands and keeping track of them, talking to coworkers, being like, what brands are you liking? And then but then the risky part with that is like you can't copy.
No.
You have to then like see what tactics they're doing and then be like, okay, how can my brand do that in an authentic way?
See, I find that so hard to do. When I look at other people, like competitors' content, I like find it hard to like not copy. Because I'm just like, so I try to avoid looking at them because I'm like, oh my God, like this is such a good move. Like, how do I use this play? But you know what's great in the Emplifi solution is we have that inspiration tab. I don't know if you play around with it, but it's freaking amazing because you can see what like one of your competitors did last year and they're not going to remember, you know, and it like, did it do well or did it not do well?
Yeah.
So it's like, you can play around there and be like, oh, like maybe I'll actually like do this same campaign, like similar to what they did last Christmas and it did so well. Or actually like, let's not play on that at all because it did horrible.
Yeah.
So like that's what, you know, like kind of looking at, I think competitors is a good way to look too, but scary.
And not getting too caught up in like what they actually did, but it's like, it's more of like the DNA of what they did.
100%.
And then like, how can you take inspiration from that?
100%. Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
How do you balance brand voice versus trend participation? So do you have any rules for like what you won't post or like how much freedom do you have to improvise within your role at Vessi?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely get a lot of freedom,
that's
which
awesome.
is nice.
Yeah, that's
I'm
so
very
great.
lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for us, like we're always thinking about waterproof. Like that's our one thing that we have that no one else really can speak to.
Yeah.
So if there's a trend and like we can somehow show up in that trend and like, I don't know, it is tricky.
Yeah.
Also, my personal opinion is like the lifespan of trends is getting so much shorter.
Yes.
And so we're like moving away from that a little bit. But obviously then you have trends like that where it's like, that was easy. That was just like our...
But that was a you trend. That was like
was
like Vessi's trend. Like that was a Vessi trend.
I mean, not that we created it.
But like you got a waterproof shoe. You're running on the waterproof. You're running on the waterproof idea. You're like, let's spray water. On this topic, actually, I was at a conference in San Diego in February, and some guy came up in Vessi shoes, and I was like shocked, and I was like, hey, can I show people around us something? There's like 30 people around us, and he's like, yeah, and I literally grabbed water and poured it on his shoe, and everyone around was like, what? That's really just popped right off. So like the waterproof really is what like Vessi really truly stands by. But then you got those trends like, you know, like your Amaya one that was freaking hilarious, but that's gonna last like 2 weeks. So like I get what you're saying, where it's like it's going so quick.
Yeah, and that, exactly. And that one worked because we just launched a shoe called the Pacific.
Oh, amazing.
So it was like, put the Pacific on the Pacific and talk about going across the Pacific. Like
I love that.
That was easy. That one didn't reach many people. It really broke my heart.
Amaya Papaya.
Amaya Papaya, our girl. Yeah, I think you nailed it though. It's just like, it has to do with whatever our value prop that no one else can copy. Yeah. Like then we'll do it.
Yeah. You create your own trends by like looking at other trends, and you're like, okay, how can we work our waterproof, like, you know, superpower in there?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is so cool.
Yeah. We also know like what our customers relate to. And so we'll only play with those themes. Like we're not,
you're not worried about speaking to people who aren't like, you know, who aren't actually a Vessi audience. They're like, maybe they're scrolling on TikTok and they see something, but like you're worried about actually targeting people who like love Vessi and want to try Vessi and all that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you use social to support broader? How do you use social to support? How do you use social to support broader business or retail goals? So, I know that social media managers will work with like, you know, the product team and just different like parts of different orgs. How do you like make sure that like, I guess the brief kind of helps there, but like how do you make sure that you really involve yourself in also like selling the product, not just showcasing the product?
Yeah, I think definitely working, like knowing what products we're trying to push. So that way, like if we have a heads up that like these are the shoes we're wanting to focus on, then when we're coming up with ideas, it's like, how do we make it work for those shoes? Like we're not going to do content for a shoe that we're not trying to push 100% at the time. Yeah. So knowing, what like our product and overall marketing team wants. Yeah. And then, retail is a good one. We're always trying to get the word out about like the fact that we have retail stores now because it is new.
Yeah.
So when there are like ideas where we can film it at retail, like we're hopping on that. We're getting on the Canada Line. We're going to Richmond Center or Metrotown.
Yeah.
2
locations now.
And 2 in Ontario as well.
2 in Ontario too? That's awesome. And the first one opened in 2022?
Yeah.
Okay. And then this other one just opened in 2024. Yes. So you guys are, that's awesome. Opening storefronts.
Yeah. But so many people know us as a digital only brand. Yeah. So definitely like that's one where we've been working closer with retail.
Yeah. Like how can we showcase that we have a retail store?
Yeah.
'Cause that's something you didn't have to worry about before. You know, in 2022, like before the store opened, you weren't worrying about getting people to the store. You were worried about people getting people onto the website. So now it's like shifting a whole different which is philosophy. Tough. Yeah. And which is also why it's important to have social media managers involved at the start of the brief. You know, and like you saying that, that's amazing. But I don't think every social media manager has that luxury. Like which sometimes they just get sent it at the end where it's like, hey, we need content in like a week. And you're like, wish I knew about this a while ago.
Yeah. I think what makes me feel lucky to be at our team is like we get a lot of freedom, but it's like, we'll get the insights of what the company needs, but then we get to take that and create something in like the social world. So
which is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky. Okay. What's one tool, habit, or workflow that saves your sanity? So like, what's a tool that like, if you like woke up in the morning, if you didn't have that, like it would really make your day pretty tough?
I think, well, okay, honestly, my Emplifi dashboards, not to be such a direct push here, but I have like a weekly dashboard and a monthly, and I'm checking those like the first thing I do when I get to my desk.
Yeah.
So like they're almost like my emotional support dashboards. I feel like
love that.
without them, I would be lost because they just help me keep track of like, yeah, how are we doing? What did yesterday do? And then, yeah, we also watching competitors. Like we have a dashboard for that.
Ooh, smart.
And yeah.
She's got her eyes on you.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Or you might not.
Or you actually might have no idea. Yeah. That's so good. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I think that's the only tool I can really think of.
Okay, yeah.
Or like, I mean, like TikTok. Like if TikTok went away, what would we do? We wouldn't have jobs.
That like makes me breathe heavy because thinking about TikTok going away is like that's where a lot of creativity gets put and that's where a lot of people get their creativity from. So yeah, there's like two ends of you can't live without having the creativity tool, which is TikTok and, stalking other people and seeing what they're doing. And then there's the actual day-to-day tech stack like Emplifi where like it gets your job done for you like in like, faster than you could on your own and like saves you time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. What trend are you excited for going into 2025 or trends or what are you like totally over?
Okay, I can definitely speak to what I'm totally over first.
Yeah, okay, I love it.
So last Q4, I feel like there was this rock bottom of like every brand was posting like a newspaper that said 25% off, or it was like the photocopier trend of like a sale, 25% off being printed. And I don't blame the brands that did that. That kind of lo-fi content was working, but everyone was doing it. And I think that's like, I'm just so over that sameness. And I think like we've done stuff like that. So I'm not like,
no, you're not putting it down. You're just saying like, I'm over it.
And sometimes that's what you have to do. But I think now it's just like, it's way too much. Trends are dying faster than ever.
Yeah.
You like if you're, yeah, that's like my pet peeve right now is when I see people just doing the same trend over and over. And also, if you do a trend quickly, like it can work. Love it. Yeah. But when people are like late to the trends
you miss the bus.
You miss the bus. Like people posting my dream date, cute. Like it's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah. Or like some people even after like the Grammys, we're still posting like, memes from the Grammy like 3 weeks later. And it's like, that's done.
Yeah.
Like that's so done.
It's
like
pointless.
You got to be on that as a social media manager like that night. You got to be like, hey, I'm posting something like this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is why social media managers are always on. Like the nightly scroll, that nightly scroll is always on.
Yeah. Every night with a K.
I love it. That's awesome.
Do you want me to talk about the first part too of like the trend that I'm looking forward to?
Sure. Yeah. Yes. Please.
Okay. I think similar note, like I think people are craving more community now and it's less about going super viral and more about like just making people feel like they're part of something.
Love it. Yeah.
So for us, definitely our priority right now is like building up our community of super fans and making sure they're feeling really connected to us. And I would prioritize that over like reaching hundreds of thousands of people that don't know us and maybe our content's not going to do much in the long run. So I think, people are definitely craving more connection.
And I think that comes from the last few years haven't been a lot of in-person, conversations or like just feeling connected to a brand that like you like love. Like when a comment like Revolve or something like that, if I'm on their social media and they like my comment and I'm like, I love these shorts, I'm like instantly feeling like I'm connected with them.
Yeah.
But like they're, like they're hopping on these trends, whatever. But that community aspect it's going to be so much bigger and like hosting events. Like I think you guys host events all the time in Vancouver with your community. Like that is like, you can't exchange that for anything. Like that's in-person feelings, which will make someone potentially buy a pair of Vessis.
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, I love that brand. I love those people. I'm going to buy this. I love what they stand for. So like that's selling, but also showcasing what Vessi is in like, in an event, which is amazing.
Yeah. It reminds me of, I don't remember who said it, but it was some social media pro on LinkedIn. And they said that if you think of like Instagram, let's say, as like if you're always asking your friends to do something for you, they're never going to want to do things for you. But if you can just like give them value, and then when you do need a favor, like you have a sale, they're going to be more inclined to like help you out.
100%.
And so I think, that's the energy.
Yeah. You want your community to feel like your friends.
Yeah.
And like that's a hard thing to do. But like by hosting these in-person events and involve like your community, you can get there slowly.
Yeah.
Like trust is hard to build, but it can be built.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys do much paid?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Anyone who listens to this is now going to have Vessi ads all over their feed.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Look out for those Vessi ads. Vessi. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so you guys do you do the paid?
No.
Okay.
So we have a separate paid team.
Okay, sweet.
But we do overlap more. Like some of the content that we make for organic, like shockingly, does well as an ad as well. Yeah. So I don't know if that's interesting
No,
too.
So I also find that happens at Emplifi as well, like as the social media manager. I love reusing organic content as paid because it feels more real. Because when I'm making organic content, I'm trying to connect with my community and I'm trying to like make it feel humanized. If we use that as a paid ad and that's now being promoted on everyone's like LinkedIn, so Instagram, TikTok, like that is now making them like they didn't go to our page, but it landed and now they're feeling like a community. So I love using organic content as paid. I think it like really works and I think we're going to see a lot more of it and less like static, like really edited out videos as like paid content pretty soon here.
Yeah. It's like if something can do well organically, it's going to do well paid. So
probably even better. So like let's push it, you know? Yeah. Okay. Do you have any
that also reminds me, do you guys boost your posts, like your organic posts?
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure we can.
We've done it a few times, but I have a theory that it makes our non-boosted content get suppressed.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing around with boosts and the stuff, you know what? It's a scary world out there. There's definitely ways that the internet is like playing us. You know? Like if they see you doing, definitely not put it past Meta. Are you kidding me? Meta does crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Meta, we see you. And we're watching. Social media managers are watching Meta. Okay, more fun question I have for you is like, let's say, like you starting as a social media manager, what would you tell yourself as like first stepping into this role? You just signed your contract to be a social media manager. Like what's something you tell yourself to like, let's relax on this. It's not the end of the world. Or like push on this.
I think the one piece of advice and like a perspective shift that I wish I'd had sooner was when we're scrolling social media, like in our personal life, we're only seeing the best of the best. And so you can see all these brands that are reaching your For You page and be like, oh, why is that not happening to us? But then you look at their page and they have a bunch of posts that also didn't do great. So always keeping in mind that like you're only seeing the best and the average posts, like they're not going to reach your feed maybe. And the majority of posts are going to be average. You just have to keep going until you get the good stuff.
I love that. And I love how you compared that to your personal feed. Like when I'm on social media and I see like all my friends, like most of the time they're posting like travel things. They're not showcasing the poopy parts of their lives. But like that's a good point. And I've never thought about it in that perspective. So that's super cool to hear. Okay. I love
Happy to share.
So I got to share that with myself every day. No, that's so good.
Yeah, you're right. We know it in our personal life, but we don't think about it.
You don't think about it in your career. In your career, you're just thinking like, how can I be the best? How can I be the best? How can I make sure that this is the best? How can I make sure that, my boss is like, hey, sick video that went viral. It's like, yeah, thank you. I know the vibes, Okay. What's the weirdest DM your brand has ever gotten? And you can obviously leave it anonymous, but like.
We've had some crazy
I bet.
stuff. What's his name? He DM'd us. He was just like, I don't know if you can use this, but he was like, hey, do you guys have tennis shoes? We're like, oh, hey.
Oh my God.
And he wasn't looking for anything. He was just curious.
Okay, but how cool is that? As a Vancouver-based company, you have like the person that was on Much More when we were like 12 years old, we were dancing to on like top 10. He was like the best song.
My first concert.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's kind of like weird how that worked out. You're like a famous person DM'd us and it's my favorite first concert.
Yeah.
Things happen in the craziest way. That's so cool. What's your ultimate, like, why did this go viral post?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, there's one that actually Sierra was in.
Yeah, that's so good. Shout out Sierra.
So we have a cardboard cutout of Danny DeVito.
Okay.
And we don't really know why. He just showed up in our office one day. And
that's hilarious.
We've put it in a lot of our TikTok content, especially. And there was a viral news clip of someone who had a Danny DeVito shrine and it got shut down or something. And so we stitched that. And then we like built a Danny DeVito shrine in one of our closets and stitched it as like the news saying the Danny DeVito shrine had to be taken down. And then it went to like Sierra opening the door, and I was there with taking the shrine down and being like, I don't get why we have to take it down.
No, that's hilarious.
And she said, because it's weird. And that one has like hundreds of thousands of views.
See, it's
so
sometimes
stupid.
these weird ones that you hop on that like, but you were quick to that one because I'm sure that was like one that you had to be quick on.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't have been funny a week after. So like good for you for getting on that one. But that's like, it's the weirdest things that go viral. But people love weird stuff, you know?
They do.
That's why people love social media, because social media is kind of weird, but we love it.
And another another thing is we've had stuff go viral and taken in a way that we didn't intend it to be taken. We had a video playing on the fact that our remote coworkers were coming in for the week, and it was like them walking in slow-mo out of the elevator, like flipping their hair, like making their special appearance.
Yeah.
And we meant it because we have remote people that live in like Toronto, and we're here for like 1 week a year. But then all of the comments were people that just are like hybrid, and they're like, oh yeah, on my 1 day a week. And so it ended up being way more relatable to people than we thought.
Interesting. So it wasn't even like really the trend you were going for. It went for like people took it as like when I come to the office once a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when like my hair's done and I wash my hair for the first time in like a week.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's cool. See, and that's also something that's really cool about social media is it can be interpreted in so many different ways, which can be scary.
It's cool and it's terrifying.
It's terrifying because it's like I could be posting something and like I think this is hilarious, but what if nobody else does?
Yeah.
You know? Okay. We're getting into the fun stuff now. Taylor's given a week off. Boss is like, you know what? Take a week off. This isn't even your paid time. Like, just take a week off, okay? This is just free time. No phone. You can't see anything to do with Vessi, which I'm sure you do on your nightly scroll thing. And like, you're just like, what is Taylor doing? Like, what are you doing in your free time?
Definitely spending time outside. Like what kind of answer you want? I mean, I've been playing basketball a lot.
Yeah, there we go.
Friends.
Basketball. You're a basketball girl.
Yeah, I've just
awesome.
Got back into basketball.
Cool.
But yeah, it's a group of our friends, and it's funny because you're saying like, what would I do on a week off? But I've actually started like, we take slow-mo videos of like the outfits when people are walking in. We've mic'd up players.
Oh, wow.
So even in my free time.
You're doing social.
Yeah.
That's so
But that
crazy.
to me is fun.
Yeah.
Like getting to laugh.
See, like, and how cool is that like you love what you do. You know what I mean? And like probably does have a lot to do with Vessi, like as a company. It's a great company. Like, and you're saying that there's a lot of creative freedom. So it's like even on your free time, the girls are walking into the basketball court and you're like, guys, I gotta make a video about this.
Yeah.
And like that's so cool. Like, that's awesome.
Shout out to our team.
Yeah. Shout out basketball team. You better win this season.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't have any losses. Okay. What's a recent post that's made you proud? That you were like, that felt good. I felt like I brought value to that. And like, I'm really proud of that one.
That's a good question. Can I pull up our Instagram?
100%.
The ones that I feel the most proud about are when we've had a lot of success with taking like a video that our paid team made, but then we add an organic hook to it.
I love that.
So we had like a very highly produced video of our co-founder, Andy, sitting in a chair in the ocean.
Yeah.
And it was like commercial quality, like really good. But then we started it with 3 seconds of like behind the scenes of his funny moments being like frigid and being like, I can't feel like my head.
That's so good. I think I saw it. He's right in front of the beach.
Yeah.
Yes. So good. Okay.
So it was just like, it showed his personality in the first few seconds and then went into the actual video, and it did so well for us.
That's
and then
so good.
We ended up using that as the ad. Like it outperformed the original version.
Yeah.
And so I think those are my most proud moments when it's like our content and other teams, like we get to work together.
Yeah.
And it's better than if we had been separate.
100%. So like working together to build like a freaking superstar like piece of content, and like also adding 3 minutes of his personality is like, or like 3 seconds of personality.
Yeah.
Like, people feel that. And then they're like, I want to see what happens here. Like, this is so good. So it's like, yeah, that's super cool that you got to and take like a really HD quality video and be like, just give me 3 seconds of like my iPhone 12.
Yeah.
And then we'll jump into the good stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's so easy to do.
And it's cool. That means, honestly, like, Taylor, you're a very good social media manager in my eyes, because lots of people wouldn't want to work with other people. But the proudest moments that you have are you working with your team, which is like amazing. So good for you. Vessi, you got a good one.
Oh my God, thanks.
Okay, this one's funny, and then I think we'll end it. Okay. Describe your job to your grandma.
Oh,
I'm sure this has
happened.
I've done this
many times. I think It's so hard.
Yeah, it is.
I've also been asked this question before. Like, how do you describe it to your grandparents?
Yeah.
I usually be like, so, like, you've heard of Instagram? Like, people share photos of their life, but I'm posting for like Vessi's life. So I share like the big updates, product updates, and then like just content to connect with our customers. And I'm like, it can be funny, like funny stuff does well.
And
which
they're like, haha.
Yeah. Like a dad joke or, yeah. But I feel like if I were to show them the actual stuff that does well, they would be like, what is going on?
100%, because it's like these like interesting trends that they're like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Because it's like that has to come off of something else, which comes off of something else.
Yeah.
But I honestly, like, you know, Emplifi, if you're listening, I've literally ChatGPT'd what is a social media manager?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, how do I explain
job?
this to people? Because what is my job?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many buckets that social media managers wear. Like you edit sometimes, you create the content, you're creating like the social copy, you know, like I'm sure you have some support everywhere, but like you have to build like and show the value of Vessi like entirely, which is like insane. But like, how do you explain that to your grandma, your mom, your cousins, you know, like, you do social media. That must be fun. Actually, let me explain to you what it's actually about.
Yeah. But my favorite is when people are like, is that a full-time job? It's like, yeah. And then some.
And then at my night team, like
my nightly scroll.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When people say that, it's hilarious. It's like, it's actually like, I'm probably working. Like your brain's always on for social. You're actually never turned off.
At people's shoes.
Yeah. And you're looking at people's shoes.
I'm looking at people's feet now. Like I've been converted.
Vessi, here we go.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Taylor. And like, I hope everyone got to really see like a different, you know, eye into who Taylor is and like how social media managers work behind the scenes and what they're really thinking every day. But we appreciate you, and Emplifi loves Vessi, and we hope to, you know, always be friends and cordial and share shoes.
Yeah, share shoes. Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. Okay,
thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.